Alright guys, so let's get started. We are going to start adding some cylinders to start with. Shift A to adding a cylinder. And for this time, we are going to use 16. 32 is too much. So we're going to use a little bit low poly model to start with. So everything else should be fine. And then next, we're going to grab this thing, hit G and holding Control key. Then this whole thing is going to snap on the grid or by increment, small increment. So by default, this is supposed to be in here. So that's why when you're hitting G and holding Control, that is going to snap on the grid. Okay, so I'm just going to move the thing up. Next, what I'm going to do is to move this origin to the 3D cursor. Right click to set origin to 3D cursor. Now this is good. Then what I can do, Shift D to duplicate it, R to rotate it, and holding Control key 90 degrees and go to the top view, and Shift D to duplicate, and the third one, hit R to rotate it one more time. So now this has been placed into the exact position that we wanted to do. And however, this is considered a 3 separate object. So what we need to do next is we're going to run a Boolean modifier to merge all these. Okay, but the good news is all these cylinders are exactly the same. So you will see once they're merging together, they are going to creating some vertices that is going to exactly lie onto the same spot for this. This is going to actually make everything much easier. So let's get started. Select one of these and go to here, adding a Boolean modifier and making sure you select union and select one, and then Control A to apply it, and then come here to one more time, Boolean, union, select the other one, Control A to apply it. I know the shading looks a little bit weird simply because once we applied a Boolean modifier, and we still have these two saved up. So we're just gonna hide these two, and then this is the geometry that we're going to continue work with. And go to the edit mode, hitting tab, you can see the vertex has been beautifully generated in here. So now what we need to do here is we're going to actually creating a shape that is actually going to close this. However, what we have here is we only have one single vertex after joining all these using a Boolean modifier. So what I can do here, hit X to delete this vertex. Now you can see we have a hole right here. The tricky part is that we can't just directly select everything here to creating a face. It doesn't give you that the round shape, right? If I hit F key, it's going to flat things out. This is not something we want. We want to have like a nice transition UV spheres type of shape that helping this thing finished, closed up. So what we need to do next, and go to the front view, still having this because I haven't moved anything over here. So I'm gonna tap it out, Shift A to adding a mesh and a crossware. I know you don't have this, but you can enable a extra mesh to go here to do the round cube. So we can have that because the top options is from a add-on, so you don't have that. You can just go with the round cube, which is the default Blender add-on that you can find it in the Blender. So it's called extra object. So I already show you in the previous tutorial. So let's make sure you go back to check it. So now let's go change this preset to the crossfairs. So now this is what we have. However, we have way too much of vertices that we want to change this to 4 subdivision level, and this is looking good. And if I'm go to the top view, hold Alt Z, go to the X-ray mode, you will see this is something we want to use. However, I need to do a little change. So now since we're in the top view, and we're gonna hit R key to rotate it while you're holding Control key, and to making sure you only rotate it 45 degrees. Okay, so 45 degrees now. By now, click. Now you can see here we have some vertices exactly overlap with the one we want. However, we need to only use this corner, and we are going to simply delete the others. However, these are vertices that are not actually if I'm going to come back, hide this, these are the vertices not exactly symmetrical if from the view that we want to do. So we need to manually adding some lines to join them together. So I'm just going to select that, hit J to join that in order to cut it through. All right, so I'm just select that, continue going, and select these two. So, and this one. Okay, same thing here. So we need getting some lines to connect it in order to eventually we are going to delete the other third quarter. Okay, so now we have this. So if I'm able the cylinder back and go to the X-ray mode, I basically just need to delete these vertices on the crosshair. Hit X to delete vertices, double check if anything being accidentally deleted. No, okay, good. So these guys, hit X to delete it, vertices. Now we only needed to delete this top part, X to delete. If you come back, you can see these are two separate objects, and however they are actually lying pretty close to each other on the shape. And also in the vertices wise, this vertices and these and this one has been exactly placed on to the existing vertices. So what we need to do next is we basically need to join these together to make everything transitioning much smoother. So what do we need to do? Select this one and the cylinder. Let's join them together. Control J to join them as one subject. Now it becomes one single mesh. If we go to the edit mode one more time, so we have all the vertices and be able to access them to join them. Now what you need to do next is making sure you come to the snapping tool and select the vertex, and then check that. It means turned on, and also to turn on the auto merge vertices. Okay, so everything's ready. Now what we need to do is we're going to select the vertices on the crosshair, hit the G, just grab it, and when you kind of grab it that, and just you're going to automatically snap with a quick circle, and then which means it has been snapped. So we're just gonna release the mouth. Okay, so same thing here. G, snap, very easy to do. G, and sometimes they are a little bit far away, but if you're getting close, you can get that done easily. Okay. I think that is all good. These corners I didn't do it because it's already automatically aligning on each other. So I can hit A key to select everything, hit M key to merge by distance. Now you'll see we removed 4 vertices. It's because these 4 vertices are exactly overlapped to the existing vertices. That's why it's being removed. So which means we are ready to go to the next stage. Okay, cool. Now what we need to do next is this is the shape that we want to have. Before we're gonna go do the bevel and adding a subsurface modifier, we need to building other shapes as well. So what we need to do next is going to Control R, adding a loop cut, and same thing over here, Control R and Control R, 2 loop cuts, Control R, 2 loop cuts. Now we have more geometries on this mesh, so we're going to hit 3 to select these faces, and then we're going to hit X to delete that, and then we're going to rebuild a triangle shape. All right, so I'm just going to do these real quick. X face, these faces, X face, and then edge selection mode number 2, so select that and hit F key to fill that, and same thing here. These ones, hit F key to fill that. Okay, F key to fill that, and then go to the vertices selection mode, select these 2, join them, and then we're gonna do Control R doing 3 loop cuts, and then just join these on the side. So hit J, connect these two, hit J, hit J. Select that, hit J, hit J, and J. We are going to do the exactly same thing on these other two, so I'm going to speed up the videos real quick. Okay, now we already finished the basic geometries that on each side. It looks pretty decent. And next, we're going to select the sharp edges and then start doing a bevel, and then we can just easily apply the Boolean modifier. Let's go with the edge selection mode. Hit select and come here to do the select sharp edges. We just need to double check as these are the edges that we really want to do. I think this stop right there is good. I don't really want to bevel to a pole, so I think that's a pretty decent length to do. Other than that, I think we're doing pretty good. So what we need to do, just going to do Control B to bevel, and then come here to adjusting the width. Usually is about 0.02 and 2 segment, and I certainly want to keep the shape, so I'm gonna do 1, and also change this to arc. And now we are ready to fix this geometry. So let's go to the vertices selection mode. Usually these are just going to the nearest edge, so I can just do this, or I can just select this loop cut, double G to slide down over here. And if you want to have this thing beautifully done, you can actually adding another loop cut in here, or you can even flatten out SZ0 to do that, and double G to come here. And now we're still enable the snapping, so we're just gonna disable that. Okay, double G to do that. So you can just make that thing a bit easier, or just connect these two. So fix this big ngong, hit J, and later on we can do some adjustification if we need it. Okay, so these two select together, hit J to fix the corner. This one, hit this one, J. Let's see anything we need to do. Yeah, same thing here. I know I want to repeat this again. If I'm adding a loop cut, it's not going to cut us through because this is ngong. So that's why I'm selecting this loop already existing. Hit double G to slide over here. And then I can just join these together and adding a loop back to support the bevel. Okay, so that's just the easy trick to do. Select these two vertices, hit J to join it, and we're just gonna select this. And same thing here, double G, Control R, double G to move it back, and select these two, hit J, hit J. All right, so I think, oh yeah, we have to get these two, J. Because we're using a relatively small number for this type of very complicated shape, and if you want to start with a cylinder with 32, the result is, or the shading is going to be much better. But for the purpose of this tutorial, 16 is really good enough for what we're going to do. Especially when you're just doing product rendering, should be no issues with this type of look. Okay, so now next I'm going to select these. Big ngong, hit I to insert it, and X to delete the face, and select this ring, Control F to do a grid fill to get the thing fixed. So that looks pretty decent. This thing, same thing here. And I feels like this one, I want to fix this. So select that, change the offset, X, delete the face, or delete the vertices, and then I'm gonna do it again. Control F to grid fill, and so I can do the offset. So make it that looks a little bit beautiful. But anyway, that is just one tiny thing that I'm trying to make it perfect. And then let's go Control 2 to do a 2-level a subsurface modifier, and then right click and to do the shade smooth. So you can see here we have some issue with this corner. It's because we have the limited geometry, so it will have some shading issues. Double G to you can slide up and to getting that fixed. Yeah, and it is impossible to have zero transitioning unless you have pretty high poly model to work with. But for the stuff we do, I think it should be fine. And we're gonna do Y0 to make it flat, and then double G to kind of slide over here. Okay, that's not too bad. Same thing, this ring, select that. Okay, on this side, all good. All right, top view, SX0 to flat, enter, double G to slide over here. Okay, so now I think this is pretty beautiful. Definitely you can do different shading or different materials to preview, and you can go down here if you really want to check the super reflective. I think we did a pretty decent job. Again, if you have some issue with the corner, you can definitely do so. Last thing but not least, we want to check if there's any like of ngons that we have. So let's go back to the matte and go to select this one. I'll go to the edit mode, click it out, and the face selection mode, select face by size. So we have some ngons over here. So okay, obviously we have quite a bit of work need to do, which is really nice. We can easily just identify that. So let's get back to work. So let's see. Definitely we have missed some of that joint, so I gotta fix that. And we have some triangles going on here, easy to fix. Control R to adding a just tiny loop cut, so we can have that to fix. Control R, and it's also a flat surface, so that is pretty easy to fix. It's the same thing here, and Control R, and same thing here. Control R. And yep, let me see, anything else we need to do. Let's do the operations again, because I said the checking the size already on the quick favorite. So if I hit the Q, I can have that face by size, so equal to 4. We have ngon over here, so okay, that is pretty easy to fix. What we can do here is select that. Select this vertices, double G to slide it back, and hit number 2 to select this edge, hit X to dissolve the edge. Now it's a qua, alright? So it's pretty typical, and turn on the subsurface modifier. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, yeah, we have another triangles over here. Control R to adding a support loop cut, so double G to getting that. I see this shading issues. I think this is fine. We can just select that, and we can just go to the side view, drag it a tiny bit, because we have a subsurface modifier, so it's not a big of deal. If something is not super perfect smooth, we can do some minor adjustment, but I think so far that's fine. And this is going to be the pole. You can't really do anything about it, so I'm just going to leave it like it is. All right, I think there's no worth of time to really change that. And now we have a some triangle, so I'm going to adding some support loop to getting this thing fixed. Okay, now it seems like I'm going to adding a big circle. That is something that I don't want to happen. So what I will do next is basically just change this big 2 triangles to be a Ngang. So hit 2 to select this one, hit X to delete dissolved edge. So have that. So that is fine, I think. It has been resolved. G and Z, just move it up a tiny bit. Okay, so I think we are done with our modeling. Final check, face selection mode, face by size. Oh, do we have more Ngang? Yeah, we do have some of that. So this is a really powerful tool. Just quickly help you to check everything that you are missed. A lot of time that just by only looking at a complicated mesh, you wouldn't be able to really identify that. So same thing here. Oh, these two. Oh boy, we have quite a bit of work. Let's get that. Select double G, easy to fix. Hit X to dissolve the edge. Same thing here. Let's select this double G to slide it back. Number 2, hit X to dissolve the edge. So now everything's in quad. Okay. So let's do it one more time. Let's go with face selection mode. Select face, face orientation, my bad. Let's go to the face by size. Okay. So seems like we have a interesting. So I'm gonna hit everything, hit M key to dissolve by mercy. So it is good. So this is a Ngang. Okay, obviously it is because okay, Control R if I can fix this, because this is a Ngang. Well, what I can do is basically I can making sure that we are going to have, because I don't want adding another loop over here because it's gonna mess up with the cylinder. So the best way is to go through this path. Let's see if anything we can do to select this vertices. If I can join this, hit J. Does it make it different? I think probably is. Hit J to join that. Definitely a quad, and this is a pole. But everything's quad. And also this one is sitting in the very bottom, so I think it's fine. Do I have any shading issues? Yes, we do. But this is going to be easily to fix. I can just slide this one over there. And let's see. Okay. Double G. Double G. Double G. Okay, so let's do sub D. Yeah, I think this is a very natural transitioning over here. It's not a big of a deal, and it's actually even better than this one. But if we go to a material and adding more geometries, when you start with, let's do 32 vertices, is going to have a little bit better result. But if you do different matte cap materials, they're looking at just fine for my taste. So it's not an issue at all. And also this time, I'm pretty sure everything's in quad now. Go to the edit mode. So let's see what we can do to fix anything else to left. Oh, we still have some triangles, but this time I'm going to fix this by selecting these two, hit J, and then to dissolve these edges. So let's do it one more time. Q, face by side. Interesting. Ooh, we still have some issues with the geometry. I kind of like it. It's a little bit annoying now. Okay, let's keep going, because this is part of our job to getting things to fixed in here. Because our goal for this tutorial is trying to getting the enough practice on the topology. So I'm going to try my best. And select these two, hit J to join that. And let's see, this is a qua, this is a ngong. Then if I'm join these two, J, to hit J, double G to slide it up a bit. Turn on sub D. Yeah, the shading looks good. How about the face, the typology? So okay, so we have some triangles here, and I have two triangles. I basically need to link these two triangles together. Control R, or I can just do that. Hit the K key, select that. A lot of time when you're having a lot of triangles and you couldn't fix it, usually is to link the two triangles together in a way that you can possibly see that. So this is kind of annoying. Let's see what we can do here. I can just go with this, and as long as select that, and I'm gonna hit the K key, continue, go with this, and come back to find the triangle that we need to connect. We fix that triangles. We have a triangle here, so I need to get that X, delete the vertices, or dissolve the edge. I'm going to hit K key to do that, and then to select that, hit J to join that. So this is triangle, this is a qua, this is a qua. Although this looks like triangle, but it's qua. Same thing here. J. This is a pretty typical thing that a lot of times you just need to find a creative way to fix that. Alright, I'm selecting all the quads right now. Okay, there are no ngongs. Okay, let's go back. Let's see the shading. Shade smooth. Yes, pretty decent. Okay, let's go back to the very last matte cap and do a final check. I know this looks still looks a little bit off, so we can, okay, of course. So I don't know why this thing didn't show up. It's supposed to show you we still have a quad. Okay, so now let's go back to the matte studio and then go to the edit and face by size, right? Okay, it's all good. So I know this is a little bit long tutorial, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this problem solving, and this is getting more complicated than the previous one, but you know, you're gonna get better. And this is everything I want to share in this videos. And if you enjoyed this quick tutorials and the modeling practice, making sure you hit likes and subscribe my channel. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.